Alright, we are here with Bun's DC-3, and he's going to walk us through all the procedures and talk a little bit about it. So, off to you.
Yes, thank you very much for having me here. So, this DC-3 is something of a project. This took about a week to build. I wanted to make sure with this airplane that it was about as realistic of an aircraft as I could make it. A lot of details, and it took a lot of research into the real plane to do this. And I've actually made a DC-3 back in 2021, but it was so horrible, at least in my opinion, that I wanted to kind of redeem my building of this plane, and I made a new one this year. And it's turned out pretty well, in my own opinion, at least.
I think so as well. We'll have to throw up a picture of the old one, compare them.
Yes, we'll do that for sure. Now, one quirk about this plane is that it follows almost the exact same startup procedure as the real plane does.
That's impressive.
Which is a very long procedure.
I love that realistic stuff.
Yes, it can be difficult to perform in Stormworks with some janky physics and all that.
Yes, and some of the comment people don't like it.
Yes, that is true. But for the people who don't like realistic planes, I actually have a solution for them. Because I made a version of this plane that I jokingly called the smooth brain friendly version.
Oh, it's perfect. Now they can't complain.
Exactly. They can go play with that. Just 2 steps to start up the engines.
Oh,
nothing
perfect.
fancy. So, start up this version. And we can do this together.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is first unclog oil from the radial engines, as over time it builds up in the lower cylinders.
So how do we do that?
Inside the engine, there is a hand crank. You see it? It's on the right side of the cowling, right behind the propeller.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Turn it, and the propeller will turn. Make sure the propeller makes 1 full rotation. I'm gonna do the other side.
There we go.
Perfect. So that should do it. Now, with that done, this one has already slipped off the kind of brake
the
wheels in
the
place,
wheel chocks.
and you can pull off the other one. Just pull it up and out. That should do the trick.
Oh yeah, perfect.
There you go. Yeah, great.
Out of the way so I don't run over it.
Yes, so with that done, we can now step inside of the aircraft and get into the cockpit. I completely forgot about the fucking door. Damn it!
Alright, there we go.
Perfect. So making our way inside of the aircraft here.
Go ahead and close it.
I have some XML seats, and also I've XML'd some HUDs near the roof to kind of act as baggage compartment where you can put your luggage.
Oh, those look perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. You can even see up top. Those are awesome.
Yeah, one issue with Stormworks is that everything is very thick. But some components like the HUD is just the right thickness for stuff like this.
Yeah.
One issue with the cabin that you might notice, I'm not sure if you can see it considering you're the host, there are cracks in the walls.
Are there?
Yes, there are, because this plane has a very special feature to it.
Oh,
it is entirely destructible.
Right. I remember this actually having a really cool way of getting destroyed too, where it looks really natural and realistic throughout.
Yes, it is very chaotic. If you want to have a little fun with this plane, one thing you can do with friends is sit one of your friends in one of these passenger seats and see if they get lucky or unlucky, because some of these seats do fly out of the airplane when it breaks apart.
So that's a fun game.
It is. Now, we can make our way into this little area right here, and I've kind of set this up as kind of like the crew area, just sitting and flying along with the plane. Here's some amenities, and
I feel like I know what this button
does. Yeah, maybe we can save that for later.
How about that? Feeling, yeah, we might have to test that button out.
Now up here is where everything happens.
This is a beautiful looking cockpit.
Thank you very much. This is supposed to look similar to the layout of the cockpit of real life DC-3. Which also means that it has quite a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
We're gonna start pressing some and getting this thing going. So
I'll hop in. Do you want me in the co-pilot or the pilot?
I'm thinking you could pilot this plane today.
All right.
So, right above your head, and I mean right above your head, there's a button called battery.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
There you go. So with that hit, I'm gonna run through this checklist to follow.
Follow it.
The very, very frowned and complained about checklist by many, because it is 25 steps.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
What we're gonna do is activate the fuel feed, which is down on your right. You got 2 fuel feeds, fuel feed left and right.
There we go.
You can activate both of those. I'm gonna open up the cowling flaps, which, if you press tab, actually opens up small little wings on the engines.
Oh, those are awesome.
This basically lets in more air into the engine for takeoff.
Yeah.
It's a handy little feature.
Oh, I need to get parking brake on because we're twisting a little bit.
Yes, do that. It's if we turn too much, it's not too big of an issue because this plane can turn in a very tight radius on the ground, so
perfect.
Should be all right. Now, we're gonna activate the fuel booster pumps, which are right above my head. If you can see them.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. And I can't get the other one.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Ah, there we go.
And this will activate kind of like a hum from inside of the plane.
Yeah.
Might be able to hear it.
I can.
Yes. Alright. I'm gonna set both of these engine throttles to full here and activate some of the other things. If you look at the very front upper of the cockpit, there's a button called right magneto. I can't reach that, but you can.
Got it.
You can also activate the master ignition.
Perfect.
We're gonna activate energize right engine.
Left.
And then left. And now we hit mesh, which will start up both engines. Mesh starter.
There we go. Awesome. I love the use of all the different sounds and everything.
Yes, I wanted to try and make some kind of sound effects, and this is mostly the big fans that you can have attached to electric motors, and they run off infinite generators so that they don't consume a bunch of power. Because if you're sitting on this starter for a long time, those sound effects will drain your battery, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is disable the cowl flaps and fuel boosters.
And there they go right away. I love those cowling flaps.
They slip away. So, in real life you wouldn't turn those off on the ground, but in Stormworks, considering that those are control surfaces, they affect the aerodynamics a lot. So, some modifications had to be made, but that's fine.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we're also gonna turn off the left and right engine primers, which are closer to you, above you. They are to the left of the master ignition. There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Now, you can get out of your seat and look in the middle of the cockpit. There's a pump. There's a hydraulic pump.
Oh yeah.
Crank that 3 times. This will let us use the control surfaces, rudders, and elevators.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Now, on your left, you have radio power and flaps power.
There we go.
And this is a very neat little feature. If you look on the ceiling here,
look at that.
We have a very fancy encryption radio, which works.
Awesome. Really?
Yes. This was not my work necessarily from Belua. This is from Flag Happy, which I am credited for their work.
They look amazing.
And they do, really. And we can run for the radio later on.
Yeah.
The flaps, you turn on the power for those, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Now we can disengage the parking brake.
There we go.
You can use your
up, down,
left and right for rudder, and up and down for collective. You slowly tap us out of the hangar here.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Perfect. And this does turn really nicely also.
Yeah. The tail wheel is what's rotating us left and right on the ground, as rotating the big landing gears in front would look a little strange in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. So we can just align us with either the taxiway or the runway.
I have a very good history of taking off in the taxiway here.
It is the classic Stormworks maneuver. Either that or just blow straight out forward from the hangar and hope for the best.
Yeah. Both are very good options.
Yeah, they work. You better hope that your plane doesn't need a lot of runway, though.
Yes.
Alright, there we go.
There we go.
Now we feel aligned. We can just hit the collective and take off.
Perfect.
Let the tail raise from the ground, and
There
then
we
you
go.
press S to
Not
go
hit
up.
the tree that I just about hit.
There we go.
Perfect. Look at that.
I'm gonna raise your landing gear here. See them retract.
Beautiful.
Here we go. We're airborne. We got some lights like backlights. We got landing lights.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
of those controls are above you. Navigations and all that. This plane is very analog, as the real thing was built in the 1930s.
Yeah.
And somehow still sees service to this day. It's just very, very popular.
I love that stuff. I love that we're like using aircraft still that are nearly 100 years old.
Why fix it if it's not broken?
Exactly. That's what I love about the aviation world.
Yes. So, this plane does feature some slightly more modern features, like an altitude hold and an autopilot.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's yelling at me.
Yes, that is the bank angle alarm. We're slightly tilted. We actually have a button here for muting alarms, so that's not an issue. That pops up too much.
Hopefully it doesn't scream at me the whole time. I might be really bad at this though.
Ah, you'll be fine. I'm sure you're a professional.
Yes.
So what we can do is also, if this plane, if it feels like it's rolling too much to the left or right, down to the left of me, there's actually a little
Oh,
trim.
yeah, we got
so you can
trims.
set. Yeah, exactly. So you can
Oh,
set it
perfect.
to roll either left or right for you.
Perfect.
I've tuned this just about so that it should fly almost perfectly straight.
Yeah.
Might be a little off, but it should be about right.
No, it feels perfect. It flies really
That's
well.
great. That's really great. Same thing for flaps. Controls are in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
If it tilts too much up and down, you can control
Yeah, add some
those, and it
flaps.
changes how it handles.
Perfect.
Yeah. Alright, let's see here. We're making our way towards the island just above us on the map here.
I've completely blown by
North
it.
of us. Yes, but we can turn right. That's not a problem at all.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and pin it.
Also, a little known feature about this plane that majority of people who've played it and have talked to me about it have completely missed is the fact that down by your feet, the rudder controls will actually move as you...
Oh, will they? Oh, they do?
Yes, they will.
I love that. I love whenever people put actually like moving controls and all of that. And rudder pedals especially. They're not the most difficult thing to do, and they just make it look so much nicer.
It is a beautiful little detail. I wish I
is.
would see it more in other planes.
I know.
In a previous plane that I built, I made an entire moving column in front of you.
Oh yeah. I wanted to do that for the 767 that I'm working on, and I just could not fit it in a way that would look good.
Yeah, that's the trick with that. It's very difficult to incorporate something like that into your cockpit because it takes up a lot of space, and it's very difficult to make it look right.
It is. And natural.
Yeah. I feel like when it comes to at least this airplane, I have...
Where's the landing gear real quick?
The landing gear, that is right above me. I don't know if you can hit that. I can probably do it though.
Oh, there we go.
Landing gear is coming down.
Let's see.
And coming up on the runway.
I keep looking away. This is gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, you can do it. Once you've touched down on the runway, you should activate your parking brake.
A little high. Hiya!
There you go. Nice.
Where's there?
Oh!
Oh!
We clipped the wing.
I looked away for 1 second, we hit a wing.
And we hit our wing. But we've landed.
We landed, we're alive. That means it was a good
Yes,
landing.
we are. Well, I think you can walk away from is the good one.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Let's see.
So let's see.
We'll probably bring those throttles down.
Yeah. Kill off the engines here. There we go.
Perfect. Take off the feeds.
So, that is one way to use the airplane, right? Just fly it
Yeah.
like a normal aircraft and be civil about it.
Now, I think we
Slight
do have to
accidents.
do another little clip of us taking off again and then blowing it up. I think we just have to show that.
I think that's a great idea. We should absolutely do that. One thing though, the fuel tanks of this airplane just so happens to be in the wings.
Yes.
And thus there is a bit of an oil leak right now.
I was getting a slight feeling whenever I saw the oil coming up in the water that I might have accidentally clipped the tank.
Yeah. But good thing for us though, this plane can actually take off using a single engine.
Oh,
and
really?
operate using a single engine only. It
That's
does not need
impressive.
both engines.
That's impressive. That's hard to do.
When one of the engines is dead and you shut it off completely, the other propeller of the other engine will pitch itself in a way that it counteracts the force that it would make. Because if you have one engine on one side pushing forward, you're just going to spin in a circle.
Yeah.
But with this pitch, it keeps it going straight forward.
Huh.
So you can effectively have one dead engine and one working engine.
That's really cool. There's not many planes in Stormworks that can do that well. Oh.
God damn it. Alright, we're off.
Let's try
Make
this
our way back to
again.
the island. Yes.
Does it auto add rudder whenever I roll? It feels like it does.
Not really. That's kind of what we call phantom forces.
Yeah.
Whenever a plane is broken up into pieces like this, the game engine doesn't really know what to do with itself, so it kind of just adds force from nothing.
It kind of works out perfectly.
Yeah, but it's a little strange because if you were to just put full rudder to the right or left, at some point it feels like you're hitting like a wall of air.
Oh.
It just stops you. One fix for this that I've noticed is that you can get out of your seat, that every player in the vehicle gets out of their seat and gets back in. That tends to fix it.
Huh.
But that is just like a slight bug on Stormworks, and I can't do much about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, so I can see where we're going because of the massive oil spill from where I kind of crashed, but we'll not call it a crash.
Beautiful marker.
Yeah.
Unless you know where to go. It was all planned, from the start.
Exactly.
Because now you know where to go.
I'm just so far ahead of it.
Perfect. Alright. Do you think we're close enough to do the honors?
I think so.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do, when I hit that button, that magical little button, whenever things start to really go downhill, you see that button that says Energizer Right Engine.
Yes.
I want you to hit that button.
Perfect.
To disable the right engine. Also, I've noticed that I can't really go backwards in the plane.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
Alright.
Alright, so
we have 5 seconds, so I'm gonna hop into a seat so we can see this from third person.
Alright.
5 seconds, starting now. Ooh. There we have it, folks. Look at that.
Down the bird goes.
And there we go. Might hit the water.
Yeah. Into the sea.
Might hit the water. That's really cool, though. I love that. And as you can see, all the seats are flying up and everywhere. Those people in the back row might be dead. Oh, wait, let me get damage off.
We might be dead.
There we go. Damage is off.
There we go, yeah.
I don't feel like dying.
And one neat little part about this destruction is that some parts, they break off immediately, but other parts, they kind of just stay on the plane a little loose. If you look at the nose of the aircraft, for example, that is a loose piece now. However, it's not falling off immediately. If you were to hit the ground hard, then it would break off, but otherwise it would likely stay on. Same for the right engine. It's kind of messed up a little bit. The cowling is a little off-center.
It just looks like it. Yeah, I love it.
That's perfect.
The damage is it's just laid out perfectly. I'm paranoid of all the sub-bodies, but it looks amazing.
Yes. Hopefully this doesn't turn out too laggy for anybody who's playing with it. It should run fairly smoothly on multiplayer, but I've also tested this plane thoroughly for medium and low physics settings, and it should fly just fine even close.
I don't think I've had any issues. I always play in high physics, though.
So do I, and it should work fine.
Oh, we got a little. We got a friend. There we go.
We have a visitor.
Maybe we want to get back in the plane.
Yes, maybe don't stay out there. You could also notice the roof right above you, where you're sitting, has also been ripped apart.
I didn't even notice that. Perfect.
In original versions of this plane, in original versions of this plane, I had oh, you've been consumed.
I should not have gotten
I
out.
had it so that the entire cockpit could actually get torn up off the airplane. It did.
That would be
which
pretty
would have been cool to keep, but the problem with that was it was just so much logic to
I know, and all the composite. That would just be a pain, but it would be so cool.
Yes, it would have really been. My friends really wanted me to keep it that way, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
It was too much work.
That's just so much.
The entire destruction feature was actually kind of a backthought. Primarily, I wanted to make this DC-3 a realistic DC-3.
Yeah.
But I just I saw some videos on destructive aircraft on Stormworks. I'm like, I've done that before, and I think I could do it again.
Yeah.
So I made the roof and the walls able to rip off, and it just worked.
It worked out
And people
perfectly.
seem to like it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's a nice little feature that like you can play with it how you want. You can do realistic, or you can just destroy it and have some fun, which is nice. Or you can do both. It kind of adds to the different gameplays that you can do, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, and if you're the type of person who, as I said, doesn't like realistic aircraft, and you're only a fan of destruction, then, as said, there is a different version available that is also just as destructive as this one, and could be fun to play with.
Yeah, so we'll link both of those, so you have the options. Is that it?
It'll be down below. I think that should be it for the old DC-3.
But we'll just end it there. So thanks so much, Bun Bun, for doing this. Really cool creation. Make sure to check out the description for the links and everything.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks so much for doing this.